In a world full of distractions and uncertainties, what really matters to live a full and balanced life? The answer may be in practices that go back more than 2,000 years. Let's dive deep into the 11 Stoic rules that not only have stood the test of time, but also have the power to revolutionize your approach to life. Prepare for a deep dive into the wisdom that can redefine your future. It would be amazing if life never challenged us, if we could spend the days improvising and still always making the right decisions. But the reality is different. In the end, we end up making mistakes or choices that we regret later. Stoicism, in theory, is a philosophy of life. In practice, it is a set of principles for living better. The Stoics believed that life was complex, full of challenges that would put us to the test. So they have developed rules that help us to stay focused on what really matters and on a better version of ourselves every day. They have inspired many people throughout history, so stay with me until the end to find out how to apply them in your life. First rule: win your mornings. One of the most striking moments in Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is the passage at the beginning of Book 5, where he talks to himself about the difficulty of getting out of bed. He knows that he needs to get up, but the temptation to be wrapped in warm sheets is huge, something we all identify with. However, it is impressive to think that as emperor, Marcus Aurelius was not obliged to do anything. He could have delegated all his governmental functions and simply enjoyed the luxury of his position, like many others before him. But he resisted these temptations and devoted himself to his responsibilities. Waking up early, Marcus Aurelius understood that winning the mornings was the secret to winning the day, and consequently, to succeed in life. He knew in practice that a well-started day is a productive day. Personally, I adopt 3 morning habits that help me start the day on the right foot. The first is to write a diary. As soon as I get up, I make a list of the tasks I have for the day and write a brief reflection on the previous day. Record what I did well and where I made mistakes so that I can evaluate where I need to improve. This habit of writing daily helps me reflect on my life and create a clear focus for the day. The second practice is to exercise with intensity. Whether you're going for a walk, going to the gym, or running, it's all about moving your body. Physical exercise not only awakens me completely, but also calms the mind and prepares me to face what comes before. The third action is to focus on work. After fulfilling the 2 previous practices, I am ready to concentrate on the tasks of the day. Now let's go to the second rule. Focus on what is under your control. Stoics have always stressed the importance of focusing on what we can control, leaving aside what is out of our reach. Understanding this difference makes life much more practical and makes us waste less time and energy on unnecessary worries. When we learn to focus only on what we can change, we avoid frustration and unnecessary suffering, as well as being able to devote our efforts to the goals that we can actually achieve. A simple example of this is the sport. You can control how you play, how you prepare, and your dedication during the match, but you have no power over the final result, on the behavior of your opponent or on the reactions of the crowd. By realizing this and focusing on your performance, not external factors, your chances of improving significantly increase. This mindset can be applied to all areas of your life. If you are enjoying the content so far, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. This helps me bring more videos like this, and you still stay on top of all the news. Let's go together in this journey of wisdom. The third rule is, do not suffer from imaginary problems. It is natural that sometimes our brain makes us think of negative scenarios that have not yet happened. This is part of our nature. But if we analyze it calmly, we will realize that most of these situations we imagine never come to fruition. As Seneca said, we suffer more in the imagination than in reality. Usually we are more afraid than we are hurt, and many of the things that worry us simply never happen. So, try to focus on the present and stay calm. it is more likely that the evil you imagine will not occur. The fourth rule is, treat success and failure alike. Marcus Aurelius had an interesting metaphor. He said that all men are like a stone. If you throw a stone up, it won't gain anything by going up, nor lose anything by falling. It remains the same stone. Likewise, no matter if your day starts with a promotion or ends with a dismissal, you will still be the same person. In fact, negative situations often teach us much more than positive ones. Therefore, it is essential to learn to be grateful for everything that happens, whether good or bad, because regardless of the result, you will still be in constant learning. And finally, the fifth rule, do at least one thing every day. I'm not saying to do just one single activity throughout the day, but to have at least one clear goal to be achieved daily. This rule applies both to those who live without goals and to those who have too many ambitions. If you don't have a focus, your life, which could be extraordinary, risks becoming mediocre. On the other hand, if you have too many goals, it can end up dispersing your energy and making you lose focus on what really matters. My suggestion is, choose a goal, however small it may be, and work to achieve it every day. It can be something simple or something more complex. The important is to strive to complete it. The sixth rule is, do not seek the easy way. Whenever you are looking to achieve something, remember that there is no shortcut to success. Think of anyone you consider successful and read their biography. You will see that everything she has achieved is the result of a lot of effort and discipline. In fact, this is the key to success. The difficult paths are those that build your character, teach with mistakes, and encourage you to continue. The great difference between those who achieve great goals and those who fail is in the ability to endure the effort and sacrifice. Anyone can choose the easy way, and that is exactly why few people can achieve what they really want. What leads you to success is the willingness to face challenges. The seventh rule is, do only what is necessary. Often, we do not even realize the amount of unnecessary things that we do on a daily basis, wasting time with activities that bring no value to our lives. To know if something you are doing is really necessary, ask yourself why you do it. Find a valuable motive, something that really makes sense. If you don't find a strong reason to keep doing what you're doing, it may be time to review your priorities. The eighth rule is, accept that not everything will go as planned. This is an inevitable fact of life. As Seneca said, luck behaves unpredictably, and he himself was the proof. Health problems interrupted his political career. He was exiled by an emperor, and even after he managed to return, he went through it all again. Almost everything in his life was out of his control. The only thing that depended on him was how he chose to face these events and what he decided to do about it. He chose to see these difficulties as something positive. In life, both good and bad things will happen, but the choice of how to face them is yours. You can see the positive side of situations or live by constantly complaining. The ninth rule is, talk to the dead. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, went to consult an oracle after losing all his fortune, seeking guidance for the future. The oracle told him that to live well, he should talk with the dead. What the oracle meant by this was that Zeno should read the books of the philosophers who came before him. Reading is a powerful tool because it allows us to access the thoughts and learning of people who lived thousands of years ago. We live in a time when we are always looking for the newest and often forget the value of old knowledge. There is nothing wrong with exploring the new, but we should not neglect the amount of precious wisdom that is recorded in books. Through them, we have the power to dialogue with the greatest minds of the past, who can guide us with their experience. The saddest thing is that millions of people around the world choose to ignore this incredible power. The 10th rule is, be hard on yourself, but understanding of others. It is important to remember that, as Stoics, We follow strict rules and have strong convictions about what is right and wrong. But, and this is a crucial point, we need to be understanding and indulgent with those who, as Marcus Aurelius writes, have been separated from the truth. That's the key. Your rules are for you. This does not mean that we will allow people to act unfairly or maliciously, but we also do not need to judge those who do not follow the same standards as us. The best we can do in this case is to lead by example. If you want to show someone that they are acting wrong, strive to act the right way and show them that this is the best way. It may take a while, but over time that person will likely start following your example. The 11th and last rule is, remember that you are dying every day. In the words of Seneca, our great mistake is to think that death is always in the future, as something that will only happen later. In fact, most of death has passed, for all the time we have lived belongs to it. We tend to see death as a distant event, something that will only happen at some point in our life, but Seneca sees it differently. He believed that death is a process that is happening at this very moment. With every passing second, a piece of our time is claimed by death. Even as you watch this video, time is ticking away, and those minutes will never come back. Death is not a fixed point in the future. It is present every second, at sunset, in the movement of the clock hands. She continues to take for herself every moment that has passed. And what should we do about it? Seneca's answer is simple. Live while you can. Do not postpone anything, leave nothing unfinished, and enjoy the time while it still belongs to you. So, what do you think of these Stoic rules? Would you add any more? Let me know in the comments. I will love to hear your opinions. I personally try to apply these rules in my day-to-day. And even though it is not easy and sometimes we forget, I try to write down somewhere to remind me constantly. Stoicism, like life, requires effort and discipline, but it is well worth it. If this content helped you to reflect and learn something new, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel, so you help me to continue bringing more teachings about Stoicism and other ways to improve your life. And of course, activate the bell to not miss any new video. Let's go together on this journey.